don't know why I'm laughing. I had a really bad day today. It was trading and I got really bummed out. And my personality, it's very hard to get me bummed out. I was really bummed out. So I kind of gave up. And then right at the last minute, I thought, well, maybe there's earnings on something. I was just grasping at straws. And so WD-40 company had earnings. And I thought, oh, what the hell? I got nothing to lose. I've had a bad week, you guys. I got lucky the other day on PENG earnings right at the last minute. If you watched 2 days ago, I jumped in and made $185. If you take that out of the equation, I only made $500 so far this week as of this morning. So I jumped over WD-40. I can't wait to show you. It actually ran up about $40 a share, and I only took 10 shares. And you know how I get out really fast. As soon as I see that green candle, I'm out. There was one point where the spread was $10 for the spread. I think on my trade, the spread was $7 because it had jumped up really high. And when I hit sell, I could see my order sit there and it was way low. So I know I lost $70 just on that. So I'm going to show you that. And then the other thing I want to say, I had a really good question in yesterday's video. Someone asked, when do I know how to exit a trade or when to get out of a trade? So I've actually typed up some notes. I'm going to pull up an example for that question. I took a trade early this morning in pre-market on MU. I needed to find something that had really good price action, that was really moving. And you know, MU is scary. And especially pre-market, the spread is high. So I took one for the team. I took it down to 10 shares and I really marked up the chart. And I was actually in the first trade and I started typing out the text box and I was losing money. And I'm like, I gotta hurry and type. Oh my God. So the first one I lost money. Second one, I made $15 total, but it's a good lesson. I'll show you where I got in, where I got out. And really, you guys, I'm going to go over where you need to make a plan and you need to decide on price action, when to get in and out. But we'll go over that because I want to go into detail. That's a good question. Everyone wants to know that. It's easy to get in. You go, oh, I see a green candle, I'm going in. And if you're like me, the first year I traded, I lost $12,000. Every time I saw a green candle, I jumped in. And as soon as it went red, I freaked out. So I lost my ass. Don't do what I do. All right, let's go see what I did. I only traded one other stock today. I just took one trade. Summer trading is horrible. I've had the worst week ever, or in a long time, not ever. And I have to remember to tell myself it's okay. I can't force trades. I'm very busy working. And next week I'm going to be really busy. I'm probably only going to trade after hours and focus more on earnings. So don't beat yourself up if you're having a hard week. This is so tough. And if we can get through summer trading like this, oh boy, wait till fall comes. It's going to be good. Okay, let's go see that. All right, guys, the question was, how do I know when to exit a trade? Knowing when to exit a trade is definitely going to be very personal to your trading style and your plan. And every time you enter or exit a trade, well, anytime you enter a trade, you should know where you're going to exit. You should have 2 exits at least, a minimum of 2. You want to know where are you going to take a loss. So let's say I got in right here at this point right here. I need to know where is my loss. So if price comes down to that certain level that I've decided, I need to hit the sell button. And if I'm taking it long is what I'm saying. And then I need the second price. I need to know, where do I think price is going to go, or where do I expect it to go? And I need to get out there. Now, some people scale in and out. I'm not going to go into all that. It's just, we're going to be very basic here. Before you get in a trade, you have to know how much you're willing to lose. That's your loss, your stop loss. And you have to know where you want your target. Where does price action tell you it's going? So I had nothing that I could trade pre-market this morning. There's just nothing, but MU moves all the time anyways, and it's scary. So I knew that would be good because look at this. It's going from basically $1,000 right here up to 1,008. That's an $8 move right there. So at least I can show you. Just to show you that I did take this trade, it's $15.10. I didn't get in later because I'm going to show you a screenshot. And I didn't want you guys to think I like marked up the screenshot all weird I don't know. I don't understand all that, but okay. So this is now a screenshot of, I had to clear you can see all this crap I wrote up here in lines I put. I didn't know if I wanted to trade MU today, so I needed to get all that crap off my screen. So I took a screenshot just to show you why I got in. All right. So right here, I say I got in right here. This is my first entry. Right here is entry 1. This over here is entry 2. This was my first loss. I took an exit right here, and then I took this second exit for profit. So I entered here, first entry, and then I exited because it went against me. It's perfect to show you guys.
trades are going to go against you. And I knew where I was going to get out right here. And then I entered again right here. And it just happens to be, I like support and resistance lines. And I entered right here. You can see all these areas where it touched. I mean, I can't see this when I'm entering over here, right? But I knew that right here was resistance. This was resistance. So if we got past that resistance, I knew I wanted to enter. So right here was my first entry, right here, 100642, right here. So I entered, and I entered on this candle, and it went immediately against me. It was horrible. I can't tell you why I got in at this point. I was just using it as an example. I shouldn't have got in here because normally I wait to enter when we break the 9 EMA. We have to come up and break it and sit on top of it, right? Like I would have gotten in here probably and I would have lost money, but it hugged the 9 EMA, so I wouldn't have gotten out. This is just my trading plan, right? You got to make up your own. So right here, I took $30 drawdown. I knew that I could take a $30 drawdown on this trade. I didn't care. And that was okay with me. And I would actually take more than that. So it drawed down. I was losing, but I didn't get out. And then it came back up. And I can't read this, damn it, because of that bubble. And it's a screenshot. But I was taking this based off price action. And the spread, I had to take into account the spread, you guys. 75 cents to $1 was my spread. I was watching the spread here. So I have to calculate that in that with 10 shares, I'm going to be down $10 right when I sell. And the 21 EMA is my stop loss. If we went right below this, I was going to be out right here. So we did not go below it. That's my stop loss. That might not be yours. And it's MU, and MU it moves big. So I knew I had to make my stop loss at least down here. And then I'm watching the 9. If it starts curling over, if that 9 EMA starts curling downward, which we technically did right here, I probably never should have taken this trade. I should have never entered. I was just looking for something to hurry so I could make up a chart like this and show you guys. So that was the first sign of probably no. And then you had sellers coming up here. So this was just bad. All right. But I was watching to see if the 9 would curl over because I went ahead and took this drawdown here, meaning I didn't get out, but I was down $30 here. So we pull up, come up. This is exactly what I wanted it to do. Now, I should have got out here because I was in profit, and I was in profit 40 cents. Oh God, I was in profit $1.40. Why the hell didn't I take that? I know because 10 shares, it probably showed I was up $15 or so right on this one. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to trading like 100 shares. So I probably thought, oh, it's still going to go. Anyways, it didn't. And so I started taking a loss here again. Then it comes back up. And right here, I got out because I realized now that this area was going to be resistance. Look, we had this wick here. We had this wick over here. And then we had this wick here. So I got out right as it got down here, right here at this red line. I took my loss of $16.70 because my thought is I can always re-enter, which I did, and I can cover that $16 loss, which I did. So I ended up getting in right here. This is my second entry, 107. It came up above the 9, and we were well above it. So I ended up getting in on this candle right as we pass this, right here, right as we pass this wick, this candle, because now I feel it's strong. And look at this. The sellers were huge volume. It shot up. So I caught that. We go up, and then we wick. We come back over, and we struggle and have even a longer wick here. And I got out. I got out right here because I just said, no way. Now I covered my $16 loss. I made that back, and I got out for $15 profit. So I made $30 there. So see how it's better just to take a small loss and just take teeny tiny losses. So I took a $16 loss, but I made a $30 gain. So basically I just did right here a 2-for-1 R. I know a lot of people use R. I don't, because I just want to be able to take something and let it go and really take it. I don't want to just get out because I made a little bit. But anyways, when I first started out, I did a 2-for-1 R. That was perfect. Just this covered it. Look at that. And then right here now, so as I was going on, I thought I might get back in, but you can see I made a note here, this whole area right here, there's a great trading range developing where you can take your price up to this area, down to this area, back up to this area. It came down here, so you'd have caution right here on the 9 and 21 EMA, and you probably would have then gotten out, but you would have made money over here. So I could have taken this down, but I was too busy typing all this, and then I lost it. Then it got too far down, and then I knew this was support. You see how this area taps right here and stops, and it does it again here. So I knew right here this was a good area of support. So I said I should have seen that, And then I should have gotten back in. And what I should have done is taken it short right here. But I was too busy typing out all these boxes. So I hope that helps you. So again, this was entry 1 right here, this line. And I did a drawdown, but I didn't get out. It comes up. I should have taken profit here, but I waited, took a $16 loss, and then I let it go and I make $30 and I get out, which gave me a total of $15. All right, let me get rid of that. And then you guys, I just wanted to show you here. Okay, I did $15. I didn't retrade it or anything. Let's go to NVIDIA. And then I want to show you that earnings. You guys, sometimes earnings can be good, but you have to be really cautious. And I want to show you that because it could have gone really poorly. And I really would have been bummed out then. I only did 2 trades. It was just hard trading these last few days. And I just don't want to get caught in a loss because my week has been so bad. I don't have a lot of cushion this week. And that's part of my risk management. If I don't have cushion to give up, I mean, if I had a $2,000 week already and we're on Wednesday, I'd go ahead and start doing some trading and take a chance. So all I did was short right here and it went with me. It came across. It didn't pull back. It just came across, which I love. So I doubled down, had 200 shares. And then I saw it weakening right here. It was having a problems and see how buyers stepped in. So I got a little worried and I got out. I actually scaled out. And that's another thing on your exits. If you want, you don't have to get out. I don't have to get out 200 shares all at once. I just scaled out. I got out 100 in case I'm wrong. I still have 100 shares that could keep going. Now, what I should have done is I should have just got out 100 shares and kept the other 100 and let it go. But again, it's just weird trading right now. I'm just taking my money. So here I got in again right here on this short and that's it. And I captured 13 cents here. So that was pretty good. And I brought my share size down. You guys, I'm just too scared. I took my share size down. And look right here. Look at the volume bars. This is the scalping indicator. We're below the average. I think this is the average. I need to find out what that is. I've always viewed it as the average. And we have been below average. Look at this whole morning right here. That's terrible. This is terrible for NVIDIA. I was seeing 100,000 shares being traded, 200,000. Look at this, 150. Normally it would be 400, 500,000 at this hour. This is horrible. So let's go to WDFC. And I'll get this over to the account I traded it in, which is the Roth. And you guys, I got to show you this. This is crazy. So I felt I had nothing to lose at this point. I just didn't care. But you guys, I did. I do care. My stop loss was going to be $3. If this thing was going to go down too low, that would be about $30 loss. It was about $30 to $50 loss I was willing to take on this because I knew I would have to take some drawdown. Sometimes when you get in, it does come down a bit, and it did. I came down about $3. So I hung in there. So I got in 10 here. We actually came down quite a bit, and I had enough money for one more share. This is how desperate I am to make a little money. So I got one more share and brought my cost average up by, a few pennies. And then all of a sudden they did earnings. Now, I don't think their earnings were super great. At the time when I was reading it, it wasn't super great. It was just kind of okay, and that worried me. So it shoots up from, you guys look at this. So a low of 237, I got out at 251. I just, all of a sudden, so my candles were here. Look, it was like this. This is what I saw. I saw this and I was like, I'm right here. And I'm like, what the hell? I saw this and then I didn't see anything. It was just a blank chart. And I thought, what the hell happened to the price? And then I showed a whole bunch of money over here. And I'm like, what the hell? So I scrunched this down and I said, holy cow, I got to get out of this. So I got out at 251. Oh my God, I got in way down here. Okay, the price was up here and I hit sell and I saw my order sitting right here. And I knew the spread was really high. It was about $7. And then it just kept going. But the spread was $10 right here, I think. So I didn't get back in. But some of these obscure, it's not an obscure company. It just isn't day traded during the day. Look at this volume. It's just nothing. You'd have like 100 shares being traded on a candle. Sometimes you can make money on those, but if you're going to do it, have a loss like I did, was about $30, and know that you're just immediately going to get out. Okay, guys, I hope that helped. And tomorrow is Friday. If there's nothing to trade, I just won't trade, but I'll do a recap because it'll be my week, which is really bad. And I need to go get a nice local beer tomorrow here on the East Coast from a local brewery because I need it after this week. Man, it's been hard. Okay, guys, let me know how you've been doing. I hope you've done really well. It has really been tough.